John Boyd Jr. He's a soybean farmer and the founder and president of the National Black Farmers Association. John, an early apology from me if we have to interrupt you because the president, as we've said, is going to be making remarks at some point this morning. But look, we've been here before back in 2017. So how is it the same? How is it different now? And how are you and your farm dealing with the uncertainty around this trade war?
Well, thank you very much for having me. And the president said that he loved farmers. And this is a very critical time for America's farmers. Every time the president uses the word tariff, he caused complete chaos and confusion. And it's created a state of emergency for America's farmers. Right now, there's $30 billion at USDA that haven't been dispersed to America's farmers. It's planting season. We don't have farm operating loans in place. Those are grants and other services that have been cut and frozen to America's farmers. And my message to the president today, if you love America's farmers, release that money so that farmers can get in the field and put their planters out here. From the last time the president talked about tariffs in his first presidency, the price of soybeans, and I'm a soybean farmer, went from $16.80 a bushel all the way down to $6 a bushel. And then he created the marketing facility program that basically black farmers and other farmers around the country had to apply to USDA to get financial relief. Yeah. And anybody who's been following our story knows that black farmers and the government don't seem to go in the same sentence and work too well for us. And many of us did not get the money. And we were told this morning that the president is going to be helping white farmers from South Africa come to the United States and offer them some type of homestead. And I'm totally opposed to that when we have land and inventory that we can't get through a case called Boyd versus USA. I'm calling on the president to resolve that and help 17,000 black and other farmers of color right here at home in the United States.
Well, what would your message be to the White House as it presses pause on some of these tariffs, but as the threat of them being extended for an amount of time that we're not actually quite sure how long they could be on? What would your message be to him, and what would be the most helpful to black farmers that you represent?
Well, basically, the president is going to put some things in place to help us. Every time he makes these announcements, like I said, the price immediately drops. And the president announced these tariffs on the largest market for America's farmers. Corn for Mexico, he announced those tariffs in China. Soybeans, China's the #1 purchaser. And in Canada, diesel fuel and other resources for fertilizer. These are all major parts and facets of agriculture in the United States. Farmers, American farmers still produce corn, wheat, and soybeans better than anybody around the world. And the president uses that, where he said he loves America's farmers, to bargain on and not put things in place to make sure that we can have a fair price for our commodity. Right now, I'm asking the president to release emergency loans for black farmers so we can get in the field and issue a complete mortgage moratorium where farmers don't lose their farms while the president is playing footsie with all of these other countries and tariffs. Those things have to be done immediately. The $30 billion, release those payments immediately to America's farmers so that we can do what we do, which is feed people around the world. And you know, farming is the largest occupation in the world, and we need support there.
John Boyd Jr., thank you for coming on, sharing your experience and what your message would be to the White House. We appreciate it.